Transform your metabolism. The science behind fat burning right. Here's something that'll completely change how you think about losing weight. What if I told you that everything you've been told about metabolism is absolute rubbish? That your sister who seems to scoff down entire pizzas without gaining an ounce doesn't actually have a faster metabolism than you? And that bloke at the gym who claims his metabolism slowed down after 30? Complete nonsense. I know what you're thinking. That can't be right, mate. I've struggled with my weight for years, whilst my mates eat whatever they fancy. But stick with me, because world-renowned physician Dr. William Li has spent decades researching this, and his findings will blow your mind. His work has literally transformed the lives of over 50 million people worldwide, helping them prevent, treat, and even reverse diseases from cancer to obesity, heart disease to diabetes. Today, we're diving deep into the real science of metabolism, not the myths you've heard down the pub or read in dodgy magazines, but proper, peer-reviewed research that'll give you the tools to unlock your body's natural fat-burning potential. Whether you want to shed a few stone, torch some stubborn belly fat, or simply feel more energetic, this conversation will arm you with everything you need. But first, let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you had unlimited energy? If you woke up each morning feeling absolutely brilliant, ready to tackle whatever the day throws at you? That's exactly what understanding your metabolism can do for you. Your body's metabolism is essentially your personal power station. It's how your body generates energy and burns through fuel. Think of it like your car. You do want to sit there wondering how the engine works whilst you're re-driving to Tesco. Do you? You just fill up when the petrol gauge hits empty and carry on with your day. Your metabolism works exactly the same way. Most of us cruise through life, not giving our metabolism a second thought. We're busy with work, picking up the kids, doing the weekly shop, scrolling through our phones. But just like that car, when your energy tank starts running low, suddenly you're hunting for fuel. The difference is, instead of pulling into a petrol station, you were standing in front of the fridge at midnight or grabbing a meal deal from the corner shop. Here's where it gets interesting though. Just like at a petrol station where you can choose between regular, unleaded, and premium fuel. Every time you eat, you're making a choice about what quality fuel you're putting into your body. Most people will tell you to put the best petrol you can afford into your car, right? But when money's tight, you might think, sod it, the cheap stuff will do for now. Fill up with cheap petrol once in a while, and your car won't notice much difference. But do it day after day, week after week, month after month, and I guarantee your car will unrun as smoothly or last as long as one that has been given premium fuel consistently. The same principle applies to your body. Every time you need fuel, every time you're hungry, you face that same choice. Grab some processed junk from the vending machine, or choose something that'll actually nourish your body properly. The person consistently choosing higher quality fuel is going to feel better, look better, and have more energy in the long run. Now, let me absolutely demolish some myths about metabolism that have been doing the rounds for years. These misconceptions are holding people back from achieving their health goals. And frankly, it's time we put them to bed once and for all. Myth number 1, everyone's metabolism is different. You know the story. My sister's thin as a rake and can eat anything, whilst I just look at a biscuit and put on weight. It's just genetics. In it, absolute bollocks. We're all born with exactly the same metabolism because metabolism is like your body's operating system. It's like going to Curry's PC World. If we both bought the exact same laptop model, took it home, plugged it in, and switched it on, we'd hear the same startup sound and see the same screen, wouldn't we? That's how we're born. Same kidneys, same brain function, same ability to move our tongue. What makes you think metabolism would be any different? Myth number 2, teenagers have sky-high metabolisms. You've seen it. Your teenage nephew demolishing 3 dinners and bouncing off the walls like he has been mainlining Red Bull. Everyone assumes their metabolism is through the roof. Wrong again. Myth number 3, once you hit middle age, your metabolism automatically slows down. You know the drill. Enjoy that burger now. Love, because once you hit 40, it'll go straight to your hips. Your mom probably said it. You've probably said it to your kids, but it's complete tosh. Myth number 4, slow metabolism causes weight gain. This one's particularly mental because it's actually the complete opposite. It is not your slow metabolism making you gain fat. It is the extra fat that is slowing down your metabolism. I can practically hear you thinking, hang on a minute, this can't be right. I've seen the evidence with my own eyes. But here's the thing. The largest study on human metabolism ever conducted, involving 90 researchers across 20 countries studying 6,000 people from days old to 90+, has completely rewritten what we know about how our bodies burn energy. This wasn't some tiny study done in a basement somewhere. This was a massive, groundbreaking piece of research led by Herman Poncer at Duke University. They studied metabolism across the entire human lifespan using nothing more than a specially treated glass of water. Sounds mad, doesn't it? Here is how they did it. They tweaked the hydrogen and oxygen in regular water so that when people drank it, they could measure their metabolism through their breath, blood, urine, and sweat. Brilliant. Really. They applied this across 20 countries. 6,000 people, from newborns to Initially, the results looked exactly like what you'd expect. Everyone's metabolism was all over the shop, completely random. But then, they did something clever. They used computer analysis to adjust for each person's body size and, crucially, how much excess body fat they were carrying. When they removed the effect of excess body fat from the equation, it was like unveiling a masterpiece that had been hidden under layers of grime. They discovered that human metabolism follows just 4 distinct phases throughout our entire lives. Phase 1, birth to 1 year old. This is when your metabolism absolutely rockets to 50% higher than adult levels. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Babies need to grow at an incredible rate, so their little bodies are firing on all cylinders. But here's something to think about. If their metabolic engines are running that hot, we need to be bloody careful about what we're exposing them to. All those plastics, processed baby foods, chemical-laden products. Their supercharged systems are processing everything at lightning speed. Phase 2. 1 year old to 20 years old. This is the bit that'll surprise you. Remember those teenagers supposedly blessed with super fast metabolisms? Their metabolism is actually slowing down throughout this entire period, gradually declining to adult levels. They're getting bigger physically, but their metabolic rate is decreasing. Now here's the absolute mic drop moment. Phase 3. 20 to 60 years old. This is when most people assume their waistlines will expand and their bodies will inevitably change. But when you remove the effects of excess body fat, your metabolism between ages 20 and 60 is rock solid. Flat as a pancake? Doesn't budge? Think about what this means. A healthy 60-year-old has exactly the same metabolic potential as a healthy 60 really can be the new 20 when it comes to your body's ability to burn energy, provided you follow what your body naturally wants to do. Phase 4. 60 to 90 years old. Finally, your metabolism does start to slow down a bit. But here's the kicker. By the time you're 90, it's only dropped by 17%. That's it. You're still working with a pretty decent engine even in your 10th decade. This research is absolutely revolutionary because it proves that your body is hardwired to maintain an efficient metabolism for the vast majority of your life. The problem isn't your metabolism, it's everything else that interferes with it. Your metabolism is designed to store energy in your body fat and burn energy to power everything you do. And I mean everything. Not just running marathons or hitting the gym. Doing the washing up burns energy. Walking upstairs burns energy. Making the bed burns energy. Even scrolling through your phone burns energy. Studies have shown that even fidgeting, bouncing your leg under the desk or tapping your fingers revs up your metabolism by burning through some stored energy. Any movement is a good start. But obviously, the more you move, the more fuel you'll burn through. But movement is just one part of the equation. The other crucial factor is the quality and quantity of fuel you're putting in. You can control both sides of this equation, which is brilliant news. Some people worry because they've been carrying extra weight for years. Listen, you didn't put it on overnight, and it won't come off overnight either. Those extra fuel tanks you've been carrying around, they took time to accumulate, and they'll take time to burn off. Anyone promising you'll lose a stone in a fortnight is talking nonsense. We're after sustainable, healthy fat burning here. Let me explain what body fat actually is, because I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about it. Fat gets a terrible reputation. People recoil when they hear the word, cut it off their meat, push it to the side of their plate. But fat is actually one of the most important tissues in your body. In fact, fat starts forming just weeks after conception. Before you even have a face, before you have arms or legs, it's the third tissue to develop in a human embryo. First comes your circulatory system. Makes sense. Everything needs a blood supply. Second comes your nervous system. Everything needs an electrical supply. Third comes your fat tissue, and it grows around your blood vessels like bubble wrap. Why does fat form so early and in that specific location? Because it's your fuel tank, and you want your fuel tank close to your fuel distribution system. When you eat, the energy goes into your bloodstream, and having the storage system right next to the transport system makes perfect biological sense. Fat cells are remarkable little things. They can expand up to 300% of their normal size, stretching to accommodate all the energy you're storing. Under a microscope, a regular fat cell is tiny, but when it's loaded with fuel from your food, it can become 3 times larger. This is why metabolism is actually quite simple when you strip away all the complexity. Your body finds fuel through eating, stores excess fuel in your fat cells, and then when you need energy, it pulls fuel from storage and runs it through your metabolic engine to power your activities. It's an elegant system that's been working perfectly for thousands of years. Now, I want to address something that might hit close to home for many of you. Maybe you've got siblings or mates who seem to eat whatever they want without consequence, whilst you feel like you have to watch every morsel that passes your lips. It's incredibly frustrating, and it can make you feel like the universe is playing some cruel joke on you. The first and most important thing I need to tell you is this. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Your health journey is about you, not about how you stack up against anyone else. You're comparing yourself to you, the person you were yesterday, last week, last month. Remember, we all have the same metabolic operating system underneath it all. If you're struggling, it doesn't mean you're broken or defective. It means there are factors interfering with your natural system. And once we identify and address those factors, you can get back to your body's default setting. Think of it like a computer that's been running for years without a proper cleanup. It starts slowly. Programs take ages to load. Everything feels sluggish, but the hardware underneath is still perfectly capable. It just needs some attention to get back to optimal performance. So what are the hidden factors that might be slowing down your metabolism without you realizing it? Let me share 4 big ones that might surprise you. First up, alcohol. Now, I'm not saying you need to become teetotal, but alcohol does more than just add empty calories to your day. When you drink regularly, it changes your body chemistry, messes with your hormones, and makes you less likely to exercise the next day. You don't sleep as deeply either, and deep sleep is crucial for fat burning. So that glass of wine to take the edge off after a stressful day might actually be working against your goals. Second, poor sleep quality. Your body does some of its most important metabolic work whilst you're asleep, but only if you're getting proper, deep sleep. If you're retossing and turning all night or waking up feeling knackered despite being in bed for 8 hours, your metabolism isn't getting the chance to do its job properly. Third, chronic stress. This is a massive one that most people don't connect to weight issues. A quick burst of stress, like nearly missing a train or having an argument with your boss, can actually boost fat burning temporarily. Your body thinks it needs to prepare for action. But chronic, ongoing stress, that's a different beast entirely. When you're constantly worried about work, money, relationships, the state of the world, your health, your future, when your mind is always racing with anxious thoughts, your stress hormones stay elevated. These hormones interfere with your body's ability to burn fat effectively. Think about where most of us are in our 40s and 50s. We're juggling demanding jobs, mortgages, teenage children, aging parents, financial pressures, relationship challenges. We're bombarded with negative news every time we check our phones. Is it any wonder our metabolisms aren't performing optimally? This constant state of fight or flight doesn't just affect your metabolism directly. It also leads to stress eating, doesn't it? When you're overwhelmed and exhausted, your brain starts looking for quick sources of comfort and energy. Before you know it, you're standing in the kitchen at 10 o'clock at night, elbow deep in a bag of crisps, thinking, well, if I can't have a drink to cope with this stress, at least I can have something nice to eat. Fourth, lack of movement in daily life. We live in a world where most of us spend the majority of our days sitting down, sitting at desks, sitting in cars, sitting on sofas. Our bodies are designed to move regularly throughout the day, but modern life has engineered movement right out of our routines. The good news is that all of these factors are within your control to some degree. You might not be able to eliminate stress from your life entirely, but you can learn to manage it better. You might not be able to sleep perfectly every night, but you can improve your sleep hygiene. You might not want to give up alcohol completely, but you can be more mindful about when and how much you drink. Here is something fascinating that most people do unknow about weight gain. It doesn't start where you think it does. Your muffin top, your thighs getting bigger, your bingo wings. None of that is where weight gain actually begins. Clinical research has shown that weight gain starts with visceral fat. The fat inside your body that you coo ENC. Believe it or not, the very first place anyone starts accumulating excess fat is in their tongue. I know it sounds bizarre, but hear me out. Your tongue is made of 3 parts. The tip is like a little acrobat. The middle is packed with strong muscle, and the back third is basically a fat pillow. This fatty section helps food slide down your throat into your stomach. When you start gaining weight, even if you're still relatively slim, one of the first places excess fat accumulates is in this back section of your tongue. How do you know if this is happening to you? Your partner starts complaining that you've begun snoring. Studies in Scandinavia have tracked this in thin people who were gradually gaining weight. As the tongue gets fatter, it starts to obstruct your airway when you sleep, and your muscles relax. You start snoring, or you wake up startled because you've briefly stopped breathing. So if your bed partner has recently started nudging you in the ribs and muttering about your snoring, that might actually be an early warning sign that your metabolism is beginning to slow down and fat is starting to accumulate, right? So what can you actually do about all this? How do you jumpstart your metabolism and get your body back to burning fat efficiently? Let me give you 4 practical strategies that are backed by solid research and do UN to require you to turn your entire life upside down. First, intermittent fasting. Before you panic and think I'm suggesting you starve yourself, let me explain what this actually means. Fasting simply means not eating. And when you're not eating, your body switches into fat-burning mode because it needs to access stored energy. The thing is, you're already doing intermittent fasting every single day. It's called sleeping. When you're asleep, you're not eating, so your body is accessing stored fat for fuel. It's the most natural thing in the world. You can extend this natural fasting period slightly by having your last meal a bit earlier in the evening and your first meal a bit later in the morning. Nothing dramatic. Just giving your body a longer window to work through its fat stores before you refuel. Second, get moving. I'm not talking about becoming a gym fanatic or training for a marathon. I'm talking about rediscovering the joy of movement. Go for a walk with a mate. You'll get some fresh air, some light exercise, and some social connection, which helps lower stress levels. All wins. Dance around your kitchen whilst you're cooking dinner. Take the stairs instead of the lift. Park a bit further away from the shops. Walk to the corner shop instead of driving. These small changes add up to significant improvements in your metabolic health. Third, manage your portions. This one is probably the hardest for many people because we've been conditioned from childhood to clean our plates. Your mom told you to finish everything. The dinner ladies at school insisted on it. And now you feel guilty leaving food. But here's the thing, you don't have to eat everything on your plate. If you eat half and you're satisfied, stop there. Don't feel guilty about it. Every extra bite you force down because you feel obligated is extra fuel your body has to store or burn. And if you're consistently overeating, it's going to end up stored as fat. This isn't about deprivation or going hungry. It is about tuning into your body's actual hunger and satisfaction signals, rather than external cues like plate size or social expectations. Fourth, upgrade your fuel quality. Choose the highest quality food you can reasonably afford and access. This doesn't mean shopping exclusively at fancy organic stores or spending a fortune on soup. It means making slightly better choices within your budget and circumstances. If I had to recommend 3 specific foods to add to your diet that would improve your metabolism and help with fat burning, here's what I'd suggest. Beans. Cook them properly with some extra virgin olive oil because they feed your gut microbiome, those 39 trillion helpful bacteria in your digestive system that actually help you burn fat. There are so many varieties and ways to prepare them, from a simple beans on toast to adding them to stews, salads, or curries. Tomatoes. Absolutely versatile and packed with lycopene, which helps burn harmful body fat. Raw in salads. Cooked in sauces. Grilled. Roasted. There are endless ways to incorporate tomatoes into your meals, and they're available year-round and relatively affordable. Onions. Now, I know some people find onions a bit too intense, but here's a tip. Caramelize them in extra virgin olive oil. This brings out their natural sweetness and mellows that sharp onion flavor. Onions contain quercetin, a natural compound that activates your brown fat to burn excess white fat. If you want to supercharge this effect, try capers. They're small flower buds from the Mediterranean that you can find in tiny jars in the supermarket, usually pickled in vinegar or packed in salt. Just rinse them off and sprinkle them on salads, pasta, fish, or chicken. They're absolutely loaded with quercetin and will add a brilliant burst of flavor to your meals. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. This all sounds lovely, but what about calories? Shouldn't I be counting them? What about tracking my macros and monitoring my blood sugar? Here's my take on that. Calories are just a unit of measurement for fuel, like liters are for petrol. You don't want to put too much fuel in your tank, obviously. But the problem with obsessively counting every calorie, tracking every macro, and monitoring every number is that it's incredibly stressful. And guess what stress does to your metabolism? It interferes with fat burning. So you might be sabotaging your efforts by creating stress around food and eating. Instead of getting bogged down in numbers, focus on awareness. Be aware that portions matter. Be aware of food quality. If you overeat one day, eat a bit less the next day. Your body is quite good at balancing things out over time if you let it. If you want specific guidance on calorie ranges or macro targets, consider having a consultation with a qualified nutritionist who can personalize recommendations based on your individual circumstances, goals, and lifestyle. They'll take into account your height, weight, activity level, any health conditions you have, and which you're realistically able to maintain long-term. The key is finding an approach that reduces stress around food rather than increasing it. You want to feel empowered and in control, not anxious and obsessive. Let me tell you something important. If you've even been struggling with your weight or your metabolism for years, you're not broken. You're not defective. You're perfectly normal. You have the same metabolic hardware as everyone else. It has just been interfered with by various factors that we can identify and address. You don't need to compare yourself to other people. Your progress is about you, not about how you measure up to your mate, who seems to eat whatever they want, or your colleague, who dropped 2 dress sizes last year. Your journey is unique to you, and every small positive change you make is moving you in the right direction. Focus on progress, not perfection. Focus on how you feel, not just how you look. Focus on building sustainable habits that you can maintain long-term, not dramatic changes that you'll abandon after a few weeks. The research shows us that your body wants to burn fat efficiently. Your metabolism is designed to work well. Sometimes it just needs a bit of support and the right conditions to do what it does naturally. In the next part of our conversation, we'll dive deeper into specific strategies for optimizing your metabolism, addressing common challenges people face when trying to lose weight, and exploring the fascinating connection between your gut health and your body's fat-burning capabilities. But for now, I want you to take these key points with you. Your metabolism isn't broken. You're not destined to struggle with your weight because of genetics and small, consistent changes in how you fuel and move. Your body can make a significant difference in how you feel and function. Remember, this isn't about achieving perfection or completely overhauling your life overnight. It's about understanding how your body works and making informed choices that support your natural metabolic processes. You've got everything you need inside you already. Sometimes you just need to clear away the interference and let your body do what it is designed to do. Your time is coming. Keep believing. Keep fighting. Don't just watch. Go out and prove them wrong. Thank you for being part of the journey. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.